Now to that breaking news that just came in the last hour. JCPS has canceled classes both today and tomorrow for students and staff. This should be considered or treated like a snow day. The district is working out the major bus issues from the first day of school. You're looking at a tweet on your screen now that came in directly from the district around 5:14 this morning. It says, in part, we will use the next 4 days, that's today, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, to fix issues associated with the new transportation plan in order to ensure the safety and well-being of our students and staffers. Those issues to which the district is referring were mostly pickup and drop-off times. The last JCPS students were dropped off last night at 9:58 p.m. That made it a very long day for students and a very frustrating and really anger-inducing day for a lot of parents. Jim Stratman, you see him standing there now. Jim, I mentioned you were designed to be in an area that is the hub of transportation for JCPS. There were going to be buses moving around behind you while we worked to figure out how today was going to look. Well, now we know.
Yeah, exactly, Eric. We now do know. And what we should note is that buses will still be moving around behind me. I just got a text from JCPS Chief of Communications, Carolyn Callahan, regarding how bus drivers will handle this day. Obviously, we know that students and teachers and faculty and staff will be treating this as a snow day, but bus drivers in particular, according to Carolyn, she says that they will be paid their rate for the next 4 days to get the support they need, and they will be coming in to get more time practicing their routes. So we have seen drivers coming in, drivers leaving. We've seen a couple of buses pull out as well. It looks like they will be coming in and taking today, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday to try to get these routes down, because everything is new this year. And we know that all of that new has caused a lot of anxiety for parents, for students as well. And from what we saw yesterday, the worries were not even going far enough. We know that yesterday was an absolute mess for a lot of students, a lot of parents just trying to get home from their school buildings yesterday afternoon. In fact, last night, our team was able to catch up with a number of parents, some of whom were waiting upwards of 6 hours at bus stops around Jefferson County for their kids to get off the bus on their way home from school. It was a very long, frustrating day for everyone involved, and I have to say, including those bus drivers as well. Again, new system, new routes, new bus stops, and more than 100 less routes this year than there were last year, as the school district looks to consolidate these routes to try to solve a bus driver shortage, which they've been dealing with for a couple of years now. The district has said that there was going to be an adjustment period. They've been very steady and consistent with that throughout the summer, but for parents like Shara Hannon, who waited until 8:30 last night to get her daughter home from her first day of first grade, this was just unacceptable.
And I don't know what to think at this point. Like, what do I do? Who do I call? There is no one. There are bus drivers that are crying as they come in and they're leaving, apologizing, and I don't believe it's their fault.
You heard it right there. The bus drivers are taking this as hard as the parents and the students were yesterday. Last night, Dr. Marty Polio, JCPS superintendent, sent out a letter to parents saying in part that what happened today was unacceptable. He apologized for how things played out and said, we will be working diligently to make adjustments with the goal of reducing bus wait times and ensuring every child who needs a safe ride to school has one. And obviously we now know the plan to address that situation. The next 2 days of school called off. Bus drivers will be in for the next 4, trying to get these new routes down as the district looks to try to grasp and handle how they're going to get about this new busing system. Eric?
To hear that perspective from that parent talking about seeing bus drivers in tears, what that shows is they care and they want to get this right too. So it's freeing up some space for people to go to work and figure this plan out. We do know that the bus problems weren't only on the ride home. They started well before the bell for some families. Take a listen.
I don't know. I mean, my mom works and she can't take me right now. She just went to her job.
So that young lady's name is Yanara Hernandez. She waited for about an hour at her bus stop off of Fern Valley Road. She was trying to get out to Moore High School. Another parent waited at that same stop for their son's bus, but it never came, so they ended up just driving into school. Yesterday, around midday, we pressed Superintendent Dr. Marty Polio for some answers. We were with him as he was touring Fern Creek High School. At that point in the day, only halfway through the day, this is how he explained the issues that we were seeing.
Those that are taking the longest to get home are usually those that are magnet students that go through one of our compounds or our depots and have to switch buses because that's the family choice. And often that's what a family has to weigh, is if they choose to go to a school that's farther away from home, they may be taking longer to get home. Now, that's not every single student, but that is a vast majority of the students who have a longer ride are those parents making that choice.
And multiple things can be true at the same time. While that is a fact, what the superintendent just said there, we're still talking about 10 p.m. That is not, as the district has said since, acceptable in any way. Something else the superintendent said in that moment, he said the district hopes to have everything ironed out inside the next 2 weeks, which a lot of you said that's not good enough. That's where we are now. JCPS has canceled classes today. That way they can spend the next 4 days clearing up this transportation plan without having to burden students and parents while they figure it out. So again, JCPS has canceled classes for today and for tomorrow. The number on your screen right now is one that we just want you to save and be aware of. It's 502-485-RIDE. That's the JCPS bus stop hotline. It won't be necessary today, obviously, but again, that is your resource for direct contact to get more information about your buses and where your students are. Much different story yesterday for Hardin County schools, though. Even with 1,000 new students and some construction in the area, major construction, the district really hit the ground running. It says it's fully staffed with bus drivers, so the routes were ready to roll day one. All 13 elementary schools, with the exception of Lakewood, released 1 hour early. Superintendent Terry Morgan suggests parents expect busier roads as the Blue Oval plant moves into E-Town. On top of that, Fort Knox is bringing in a lot of new soldiers.
Understand Fort Knox is going to be bringing in some soldiers. We want to welcome all of those families to Hardin County, and that's sometime in October, but they let us know that they'll be bringing in about 500 troops, and that equates to about 1,200 students.
Worth pointing out that Hardin County is one of the largest in the Commonwealth. Schools there are hiring, with about 20 positions open in the district right now. 6:09, we'll continue to follow all that. I do want to give you some more news of the day. The Paducah man accused of shooting somebody in the face on a highway in southern Indiana is behind bars this morning. Clarksville police say this happened just after 11 on Wednesday on Charlestown Pike at U.S. Highway 31. Police say 31-year-old Eric Tabor shot a man while driving. Police found the man sitting in the median, bleeding from his face. A witness told us what she saw was confusing at first and then frightening.
I noticed a gentleman walking on the median, had kind of long hair, screaming real loudly. He had a little blood on his face, and I noticed he was holding a rag up to his face, and he was walking at the same time, screaming. I then noticed a gentleman stopped in traffic, got out of his car, looked like maybe he was on the phone with 911, and then I noticed a police officer pull up at the same time.
Police say Tabor continued driving down I-65, made it all the way to E-Town. Police say they found him at the Motel 6 in E-Town near North Mulberry Street. Tabor is now being held in the Hardin County Detention Center, waiting extradition back to Indiana. Today, Louisville Metro will offer some more insight on cases that were mentioned in the Department of Justice report investigation. This comes after the city missed 2 self-imposed deadlines to release body camera video of those incidents. In total, 62 cases were referenced in the report. Of those, 29 had already been closed. The department said of the 33 cases it could review, it would judge the incidents based off of policies that were used at the time that those incidents happened. The mayor and police chief plan to give the public an update today. That's going to happen at 11 o'clock. You can watch it live on WHAS11 and on all of our digital platforms.